Hi everyone. Today we would like to dedicate a little bit of time to discuss some of the issues that we have been hearing more and more frequently about Google business profiles, issues, suspensions, and if you read online, there's a lot going on, and we'd like to give a little bit of intel and insight on that, precisely around the recent policy changes and things you can do to try and avoid the Google Business Profile suspensions. Basically, they are rolling out another core algorithm update, just following the core algorithm update of Google. Now they're rolling out a Google Business Profile core update, which has three major changes. Two are positive and one is negative. The positive ones are that first, the knowledge panel. For years, we couldn't choose which social media to display. Now they will give us the chance. This has not been rolled out completely yet, but near to the contact information, you will have an opportunity of putting your social media links, and we got control on that finally. You can have a look if you don't have it. It's not been rolled out fully yet. Just keep having a look and checking, because Google always rolls out these things slowly so they can see how things go. The second good thing that they're launching are new categories, and there are so many new categories. Some interesting ones, like some type of cleaning services, specific cleaning services, some specific copywriting, some other one like cat cafe, and so have a look. And then there is one that is not so nice, which has to do with how we can appeal in case of a suspended Google Business Profile. Because as we were saying at the beginning, it's happening really, really often. And we have seen some of our clients struggle with that. First, the change. Basically, what's changing is that since at the moment, the way you can appeal, the way you get suspended, let's start from the way you get suspended. You get a suspension, you don't know why. You are referred to that holy grail, super long list of guidelines, and you have to see where you may not fit. At that point, you can appeal for a restatement after having tried to fix everything. They may ask for documents, and then goes a to and fro, which can take months, because you email customer support and customer support gets back. Usually they don't know what they're talking about because they are offshore supporter teams. They try to understand what the thing is going on, but they have their list of practices as well, so they try to see if your business fits in that or not. Now they're trying to mainstream it, and they tried saying you only have one chance of being reinstated. So we will give you the possibility of being reinstated. We will give you 60 minutes since you start the reinstatement process being timed. If you don't give all the documents that we need, they don't give a list of the documents that they need, which is another issue. You got your chance, you wasted your chance. You won't ever get a chance of getting this back up again. Even if you took you years to develop that and the reviews and everything, you will lose it. And that's a massive loss for a business. The European Union has said this is not possible because you can't not give any reasons or why. Google doesn't give any reasons because they're trying to fight spammers. So if they tell you exactly where you broke the law, then you may try to go around the law. So they won't tell you. They want you to demonstrate that you are wholly and perfect and doing everything right without, because if they only give you that list of guidelines, that also doesn't cover everything, because we have seen often that some of the things that can get you removed are sometimes behaviors. So, for example, say you change the date, something that happened, and we saw you change the opening date because the opening date gets postponed. The client manufacturing industry, the opening date gets postponed. You change it, you get penalized, you get removed. Or it may happen that the name doesn't match exactly what's in the signage, so they will want a picture of the signage. And if you give them a zoom, they will not see that it's the outside, because you can't have a PO box, for example, as or a co-working space. It needs to be your physical location. So they need to be able to see a signage outside of the business. Of the building, and they will try to see with Street View. If Street View isn't up to date, they won't. So you need to give an image which is not too zoomed in. They can also see a little bit of the business. Or if, for example, you have a reputation management system that asks for reviews, you may be in trouble in case it's a gated sort of response. Like, I don't know, in the automotive system, some of the dealers, they are required by some manufacturers to have these reputation management systems in which they ask after a purchase, did you have a good experience? Yes. And then goes an email, please send a review here. Or if you say no, please arrange a call. That is a gated way of asking for reviews, and that is really against the rules. But there can be more sort of behavior things that you do and you change to try and be more accurate. In theory, it doesn't break the rules, but as it is now, when it gets checked against the entire Google account. So there have been cases, for example, Google business profiles being suspended because maybe on YouTube you have a video with the name tag and that somebody has flagged as a privacy violation, so that can be an issue. Now they're recognizing that there used to be called shadow banning. They've never disclaimed that it was possible to be shadow banned, but now they are actually saying that there are actions being taken against the user account, and that some restrictions to features will be there. But they say you should be able to see that in your user account information. In classic Google fashion, we expect this to be a little bit vague, but still it can be there. So what happens if you get suspended? In the USA, you have this one and done sort of policy, but in the European Union, they have said they can't do that. So they will probably set up a third-party sort of arbitration system. Businesses may have to pay to appeal to that, but you won't only be given one chance, because it can really get a business out of business if they rely a lot on their reviews, or clients they lose their reviews, as it's happened recently to some of us, our clients. So we need to definitely be able to appeal to these things and get a clearer, possibly explanation, because we know some that are the common Google business profile suspension reasons, like if the location is not clearly explained, and if you don't have a real location, if you're trying to play with that a little bit, if you are touching the address fields, or the PO box is or a co-working space, if you list it when open 24 hours and it's not, maybe you give 24 hours assistance, but your shop is only open certain hours, then you need to really be reliable. But even if you do too many updates in a short time frame, or if it's obviously an online business only and you list it as physically somewhere, or if even if the email on the account gets flagged. So there's plenty of reasons. And if it's happening to you, don't get worried. It's happening to a lot of people. You need to be able to do your reinstatement process. What we've seen is that the community support forum is very helpful, and they haven't taken away their ability to their powers of escalation, their ability to escalate tickets. So if you're have opened the ticket, you have a ticket number, and they haven't replied, you can appeal to the community support forum, and they can try to help you out. So only if you have been waiting for a little bit of time. So I hope this helps, and it gives a little bit of reassurance as to it's not only happening to you and what can be done. If you need some help, let's have a conversation. We are happy to try and help people in this moment and all the time. Thank you.